My name is Armando, and I'm an alcoholic addict. Today, what I'm going to share with you guys is how I relinquished my will to my higher power, and that was in 2019. We were on a 2-year lockdown, and it was kind of crazy because we were going back and forth with the Bulldogs, and they wouldn't let us out. So I was up to a level 3. I had level 3 points. Being a lifer, I wanted to go home. I wanted to go home bad. Didn't know how. I didn't know how to change it. And I didn't know how to ask for help. And I was married. I got married in 2018 and met my wife, and a lot of things have changed within me. I had to start being responsible. I had to start being the role model of my stepkids, my kids as well. And I remember my counselor, he was telling me, he was, you're up for a level 3. He goes, make sure you know where you want to go to. And I pondered that thought a lot. I was thinking about it. I go, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? You know, am I going to keep down this path, or am I going to try to go home? And so I asked Payan. I went and told my counselor, Payan. I asked him, I go, man, hey, Payan, I need help, man. He looked at me and he goes, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I go, I need help, man. He goes, but I go, it's not that kind of party, though. It's not that kind of party. I want to go home, man. I want to go somewhere where I can program to. He goes, all right, man. He goes, I'm going to send you somewhere. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it happen. He goes, but you got to put in the work, man. He goes, because everybody that's there that are lifers are going home. And that was Lancaster State Prison. It was a PPF yard, Progressive Programming Facility. And I was scared because he made me sign a contract. And being a criminal, being a Southerner, it was a no-no. You don't do that. You don't sign things. But I did it anyways because I believe that I had that capacity to change. I had the support, but I didn't know how to put it in play. So I was going to CGA class, and I met a couple of dudes that were ex-lifers. And as a Hispanic, I believed that I wasn't going to go home because we were treated different, and we're always treated different. But I seen a Hispanic go home. He was an ex-lifer from ARC. And he tells me, hey, Mondo, he goes, I see it in you, man. He goes, I see that you can change, man. He goes, look at me, I did 22 years. I can go home. I went home. Eugene went home. He did 30 years, I did 22. He goes, it's possible. And that's when I seen the light. I seen this right here. I seen the light. He goes, and I was like, man, but I was still struggling with my criminality. I had been sober. I've been sober for over 24 years. I never did drugs in prison. It was something I just didn't do. Oh, it's something that I didn't do. And but the thing is when I went to Lancaster State Prison, it was something different. I had bumped into a lot of people. I had power struggles, personal issues that I had with other gang members, people that we were at each other's throats. And these dudes, they had something about them. They had something about them. And when I came to their yard, they came up to me. Go, hey, man, because we're not about that lifestyle no more. He goes, we're not. He goes, they had AA degrees. They had bachelor's degrees. They were facilitating classes. They were these pro-social peers. You know, these people that you can really look up to, that they were role model inmates. That you would turn around and you would look at this thug and you would say, damn, you got a degree? You got a bachelor's degree? I go, how'd you get it? Through hard work, man. So when I started talking to these people and I started surrounding myself and putting down our personal differences, I was able to resonate with them again. I was able to look at them as a human being. But one thing that I wanted that they had that inner peace, that inner freedom, something I never had. All my life, I had this turmoil, I had chaos within me because I was always mad, I was always angry. But when I seen them, I said, man, I want that. Every day, I stood there for 2 years. Every damn day I stood up. And I strived to be like them. I wanted what they had. And I started surrounding myself with people were like that. They were in recovery. They were about education. They were about giving back to the community. I said, man, all my life as a child, I became a cancer to my community. I became that cancer. I created a cancer within my community. And when I went to Lancaster, I was like, man, I was still scared with it. I wasn't scared. I was scared of myself. I wasn't scared of anybody on the yard. I didn't care what other people thought about me. I didn't, but I was scared of what I saw in the mirror. I saw a cold-blooded murderer that was scared of the guy that he had to be today. And when that happened, I was able to start forgiving myself, getting closer to my higher power, and just letting things go and forgiving those who hurt me in the past. I was able to start changing and getting that. And I was able to be a role model to other people. You know, other youngsters that were going in the pen were like, hey, Mano, how are you doing it? It's hard work, bro. It's hard work, man. It's hard work. It's like an onion. You got to peel every layer, man. And it makes you cry. It makes you cry. Every single one of them. Because it hurts. You got to go back to your childhood to understand why you became who you became. What shaped your identity, your thought process, and your behavior. What created those distorted beliefs within your head. And that's painful. It's just like how we do today. We write our bios. We write our bios and we got to dig back to the past. How did we become the person we became? Why we became like that? And why do we continue to fight? And when I was able to do all that work, I was like, damn, now what do I do with all this? What do I do with all this, man? I would sit there and talk to my wife because I would have struggles, and I still have them struggles today as a free man. I still have those mental reservations where not my addiction as an addict, but my mental as a criminal. I have those, and I struggle with them every day. But what I'm trying to say today is that by being able to ask help today, by able to reach out and have places like this, Fred Brown, you know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing because I remember when I was growing up, you didn't get help like this. You know, whether you went to juvenile hall, you went to jail, you went to YA, juvenile hall, prison, and if you got a lifetime, you weren't coming out. This didn't coexist. This didn't coexist. And I was able to give that all up, and I was being able to become successful in what I did. And March 5th, I went to board, and I was found suitable. And what's ironic is that it was my victim's birthday. It was my victim's birthday. And that day is like, I say to myself now, he gave me life on his birthday. He gave me another chance at life. He gave me an opportunity to make a difference in my community, to come back out here and talk to people, to help people, to even try to be a pillar of my community. But that is all done with hard work. Those opportunities come when you put in the work and you give yourself an opportunity and accept that change within yourself. Stop being disgusted with the person you see in the mirror. Thank you.